Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here. My name is Dong-geun Han. Today, I'm going to be talking about an ancient Korean meditation practice called Kuksando. In fact, I'm a certified Kuksando instructor, and I have taught this traditional mind-body practice over the last 2 years. My Kuksando teaching began at Harvard University in the US because while I was studying there as a master's student, I formed a meetup group with graduate students and gave them some instruction like this. Also, I've taught Kuksando to locals in Poland. Most of the participants have been yoga instructors in Poland. As you can see here, both offline and online. So I've had many opportunities to introduce Kuksando to Westerners. But this is going to be the first time for me to present Kuksando training at an academic conference to academics. So I'm very excited and delighted to have you here today. My presentation will begin with Kuksando's history. I'm going to be citing some historical records found in Korea. Then it will explore the theory and practice with a focus on how it relates to traditional Korean medicine, as well as the theory of yin-yang and 5 elements. Next, it will examine the health and wellness benefits that practitioners can enjoy. Lastly, we will have some Q&A time. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I guess not many of you are familiar with Kuksando. Yes, Kuksando is much less known to the world compared with Indian yoga. So let me briefly introduce it. According to Jagwang 1986, Kuksando is both a physical and spiritual discipline based upon various postures combined with training in 단전 breathing. I just said various postures. How many postures do you think are practiced in Kuksando training? Indeed, Kuksando has over 433 postures. Here you can see some of the postures for beginners and advanced practitioners. I would like to note that in Kuksando training, breathing techniques are very important. The type of yoga that is widely practiced these days focuses mostly on physicality, asanas. But in Kuksando, breathing techniques really matter. The unique breathing technique of Kuksando is called 단전 breathing. Did you ever hear about 단전? In Chinese, it's pronounced as tantian. According to traditional East Asian medicine, 단전 is a very important energy point in the human body. It's supposed to be located 3 inches below the navel, inside the low abdomen. If you breathe using this part of the body, using this energy point, you can gradually gather warm or sometimes hot energy deep inside the body, which naturally flows to specific acupuncture points, creating openings where the flow of energy was blocked. So Kuksando practitioners use this breathing method in 433 postures, actually over 433 postures. And each posture is specifically designed to unblock certain areas of acupuncture points. They are very sophisticatedly designed and sequenced, which I will explain later. Okay, let me explain what Kuksando literally implies. Kuk means a nation. But it's not just about Korea. It doesn't have a nationalistic meaning. Kuksando practitioners indeed view the whole universe as one nation. Here you can see the keyword sun. Sun consists of humans and mountains. So what it means is humans practice meditation in the mountains to attain enlightenment or to become one with nature. And Do means a path. So Kuksando is a path of humans becoming one with nature. What's notable is that sometimes instead of this character is used about the word sun. This character has been found only in very ancient texts, and it consists of humans and the universe. So Kuksando can mean a path of humans becoming one with the universe through meditation training. According to Grandmaster Cheongsan, Kuksando has been practiced mostly in seclusion, passed down from teacher to student, in deep mountains in Korea for many, many thousand years. Here are some historical records about Kuksando. This is a part of Nannang-biso, written about 1,300 years ago by 제20회. He is considered to be one of the most successful Confucian scholars in the history of Korea. It says that there has been an original path in Korea. The origin and details of this path have been recorded in the history of Sun. It suggests there used to be some historical records of Sun culture in Korea which do not exist anymore. And it includes Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism. What does this mean? It highlights the originality of Sun culture in Korea, which differs from foreign traditions like Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism. Also notable is that it says many of those who follow this path experience a new birth. Oh my gosh, what does it mean to experience a new birth? You may actually wonder. It probably suggests that Kuksando training can restore the flexibility, health, energy of youth to its practitioners. In fact, the practitioners in the pictures here are in their 60s. And this Italian-American woman in her 50s notes that her monthly periods have restarted after practicing Kuksando for a year and a half. Of course, she enjoyed other health benefits. For example, she lost her weight and she increased her body balance. But what's most notable is her monthly periods have restarted in her mid-50s. Okay, then Hwarang. Hwarang was an elite military group of male youth in Shilla. According to 삼국유사, memorabilia of the Three Kingdoms, another name of Hwarang was Kuksan. Isn't it interesting? Another name of Hwarang was Kuksan. And Kim Yu-shin, a famous general in 7th century Shilla, became Kuksan after honing his martial arts skills. For this reason, it's been hypothesized that Kuksando was widely practiced, actively practiced by Hwarang in Shilla. Not only that, according to Shin Che-ho, 1948, the concept of 화랑 in Shilla actually stemmed from that of 조의 선인. Who are actually 조의 선인? 조의 선인 were sun warriors dressed in black in Goguryeo. They were meditation practitioners in the mountains. They were not only military elites, but also meditation practitioners. Interesting enough, Kim notes that they not only sharpened martial arts skills, but also performed spiritual rituals. So it probably indicates that Kuksando was also widely practiced by social leaders in Goguryeo. And as with ancient kingdoms of Korea, Kuksando has been practiced by many leaders in modern Korean society, including former President Roh Moo-hyun and Park Geun-hye. Okay, let's move on to the theory of how Kuksando works. It's based upon 단리학 and I Ching. 단리학 is based upon traditional Korean medicine and Taoism. A few books about traditional Korean medicine, for example, 동의보감, written by Heo-jin during the Joseon Dynasty, highlights that the human body has three major energy centers: the lower danjeon, upper danjeon, and middle danjeon. And they are referred to as 정, 기, 신. The breathing techniques and postures in Kuksando training are designed to develop these three energy centers and to foster physical power, wisdom and insight, and compassion and generosity. As I noted before, Kuksando is also based upon the theory of yin-yang and five elements in the I Ching, which, as you know, is a cornerstone of East Asian philosophy. For example, the first stage of Kuksando is called 중기단법, which consists of 50 different breathing postures. They are designed and sequenced according to the theory of five elements. To be more specific, they are designed to foster 5 different kinds of energies separately and to strengthen different internal organs. For example, doing 단전 breathing in the poses of the first row, as you can see here, will develop the water element and strengthen the kidneys, because the kidneys are supposed to be related to the water element. Also, the second stage of Kuksando is called 건곤단법, which consists of 25 different breathing postures. And they are sequenced according to the generative cycle of 5 elements. As you may know, the generative cycle, the wood element will reinforce the fire element, and the fire element promotes the earthly element, and so on. So I should note that they have been all sophisticatedly designed and sequenced according to the theory of yin-yang and 5 elements. Next, practice stages. Kuksando training can be divided into 2 parts: internal practice and external practice. And the internal practice consists of 9 different stages. In these photos, Kuksando Grandmaster Jin-mok demonstrates Kuksando martial arts. These martial arts skills are part of the external practice. Next, health and wellness benefits. As I noted regarding 난랑비서 by Choi Chi-won, Kuksando training can restore practitioners' flexibility, health and energy of youth. The reason for that is, it's been hypothesized that Kuksando training increases energy in the lower danjan first, which fosters physical power. In other words, physical vitality. And when the energy moves up through the muscles in the spine and reaches the brain, it develops clear consciousness. Finally, energy moves down to the heart and it nurtures a peace of mind, compassion, and generosity. For these reasons, Kuksando practitioners experience a number of significant changes in the body and mind. For example, the functions of their internal organs improve significantly, so they digest food better, sleep better, and recharge themselves more quickly. They have a clear mind, more patience than before. It is also to be noted, according to traditional East Asian medicine, our immune system functions the best when the fire energy in the heart moves down to the kidneys and gathers around the low abdomen. For this reason, it's been hypothesized that Kuksando training can help boost our immune system. I think we should pay attention to this theory, especially during this time of the pandemic. I'll wrap it up with the ultimate purpose of Kuksando practice. Kuksando is intended to foster mentally and physically strong humans with high moral values. Practitioners should have gratitude to previous generations and the universe, and great desires for all beings in the universe, and contribute to the common good. Therefore, Kuksando ultimately aims to open the age of 홍익인간. You know the meaning of 홍익인간? It's the unofficial motto of South Korea. 홍익인간 are humans who live and work for the benefits of all mankind. Like I mentioned earlier, compared with Indian yoga, Kuksando is still less known to the world. However, there is an increasing number of Kuksando practitioners around the world, especially in Central and Eastern Europe. So it's my wish that not only K-pop culture, but also the meditation tradition and spiritual culture of Korea will be shared by more people around the world, especially during this unprecedented pandemic, so that they can take good care of their mental and physical well-being. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Dziękuję bardzo.